Flosstube, my name's Debbie. I'm MamaBearStitchery here on Flosstube and on Instagram, and this is a channel all about cross stitch. This is video number 17, and today is all about my July stitching and 2 virtual retreats that I attended from the Black Needle, and I'll show you some new starts, some stitchy shopping, and what plans I have for August. So this month's been quite busy. We're still in summer holidays. We renewed our membership for Monterey Bay Aquarium and went down there. It was nice to go down by the coast. But apart from that, we're kind of keeping things low key until the kids can get vaccinated too. And they're learning to rollerblade, and they've worked hard at karate, and they both won spots on the competition team again for the next season. But apart from that, we're just being little homebodies and crafting and cooking, but it gave me a lot of time for stitching this month. So I've overflowing piles here to show you, so we're just going to get started straight with that. First up, I have made some notes. First up, I have a finish. It's a good place to start, and it is The Birds and the Bees by Ink Circles, and I'll put a picture in of where I was before. And here is my finish. I loved working on this one. Yeah, this is on 36 count Rosemerta by Under the Sea Fabrics, and I used DMC, the variegated thread, in the color 4522, and it kind of changes from plum to brown to black, but it worked perfectly with this fabric. And I did start this as a cross stitch camp project that I didn't finish in that month, but I was so glad to get it finished in July, and I love that. But that was a good start to the month. That was one of the first things I actually worked on. Next up, I worked on, well, I pulled out an older WIP, and it was Winter Cabin by Dimensions Gold, and I pulled this out for an event in Full Coverage Fanatics. They had a Tour de France event where you picked whatever color jersey you want to stitch for, and it gives you a total of stitches you need for that jersey. And there's, actually I can show you here, there was different amounts on each day depending which jersey you picked, and I picked the highest one, which was yellow, and I stitched 3,418 stitches, and I'll make sure to put a before picture in so you can see where I was. But yeah, I did 3,418 stitches, and I didn't include the back stitch in that count. And that's where I got to. And I'm just using the kit fabric and floss on this one. But yeah, I love working. I was glad to get this big area in here filled in and see some of the deer. And I'm unsure when I pull it back out next whether to come down and do some of the river and hit that bottom corner, or fill in up here where there's the roof and the trees, because this is about halfway. This tree here I think is where the page break is. But I loved working on that one. It's a bit weird working on something so wintry in the middle of summer here. It's 86 degrees today, so hopefully the aircon's not too loud for you. But I tried turning it off and it's sweating. And speaking of Winter Cabin, my last video I had a giveaway for an entire kit of Winter Cabin, and I pulled a winner, and that was Candice K. So if you could get hold of me through Instagram Messenger, would be the best way, because I'm one of these people that has 10,000 emails in their inbox and it never goes down, in case I miss it, and YouTube kind of messes around sometime. So if you could message me through Instagram, that'd be perfect. And if you don't message me, I'll try and find you. But congratulations, you won your own kit of Winter Cabin. Okay, next up, I had a new start. I saw this chart first on Mama Loves You GB, Michelle's Flosstube channel, and it's known as the Zebra Sampler, but it's actually called Mary Catherine Harris. And this was from, I'll give you the name of the website, was ernahiscockantiques.com, and you can use the contact us function on their website, and I'll link it below. And you just message them saying you would like the Mary Catherine Harris chart, and they will send you a PayPal invoice. And I have mine the same day. But just bear in mind if you contact them that they're in the UK, so time wise. But I started this one and I'm using 36 count, no it's not 36 count, it is 40 count even weave called Ocean Depths from Stitchery. And you'll see mine looks very different to the picture I just showed you, because the original is charted in DMC 3799 and 3866, and I'm making mine more of a teal, and it's like a light greeny grey colour. I'm using 3808 and 3756, and I'm about halfway. And yeah, I'm hoping to finish this one in August. I will definitely pull that one back out. Okay, that's that first little pile. All that stitching took me up to the first virtual retreat I had bought for the month. That's through the Black Needle Society. And how it works is you order your retreat in the box from their site. You have to be fast because they go very fast. My advice is sign up for their newsletter so you can see what times they're going to be posting things up. But first, before the retreat starts, you get a box of goodies, and the first one was Frogworts, year 2. And I'm going to put this here because when I show you the things, I'm going to pop them right back in so I don't drop anything. So first up, I got a mug and with the art on it. That's my favourite thing. That's why I show you that first. Next was Polyjuice Potion Tea. My daughter Maya can't wait to try this. It smells like green apple and berries and basically like fruit pie in a tin. But that's tea. Elena is after this. She's been after it since the box arrived, and it is a rubber ducky soap. And all these things are based on the second book of Harry Potter. I should have said that. Frogworts is based on Harry Potter. And this was year 2. I didn't get into year 1. I didn't know about then, but rubber ducky soap. A Professor Lockhart mirror. A floss ring with Tom Riddle's diary and the basilisk fang on there. There we go. A needle minder that has a sticky inside with the spiders on it. You can use that for beading, which I can't wait to try because I usually use a Clay by Kim tin. I usually end up dropping half my beads all over the place, so this will be good to try when I finally get around to beading anything. We got a howler needle minder with our names on it, or whatever you wanted to put on it. Weasley clock headband. Oh, there we go. The cushion cover with artwork of the burrow on there. I love this. We got some floss keeps with potion bottle labels on it. So there's Phoenix Tears and there's a Mandrake one. These are really good. We got every flavor floss, like every flavor beans, with some exclusive threads from Color and Cotton. There is butterbeer, cinnamon, soap, sherbet lemon, and I love this one, black pepper. So that's those. Put them in the box. And we also got a project bag with all the mandrakes on it. That's so cute. It's nice big size. And in here I've been keeping, you also get the chart, and it's called the year 2 band sampler with the basilisk on it. And if you finish this during a retreat, you won 100 house points, because we're actually assigned as well into the different houses like Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff and Slytherin, and if you didn't want to choose a certain hat picked for you, and I was Ravenclaw Charms class. So I started the band sampler but quickly realised I wasn't going to finish it within the retreat, but I'll show you where I got to. And it is charted in over dyed threads, but I used the DMC conversion that's there, and I got about halfway, not even halfway, maybe a third. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Melissus from Under the Sea fabrics. It's super tiny. It might end up being a little chubby drum when I eventually finish it. But yeah, so like I said, you could earn house points for your class and your house that you were assigned to, and there was a schedule of events and games and pop-ups and all that kind of thing, and it's kind of designed that you can participate as much or as little as your time allows or that you want. I tried to participate in everything to get the full experience and competed really hard, and yeah, there was like, look, it was really fun. It was really fun. It was intense, but that was on me, that I made it intense by trying to join in everything. But when I realized I wasn't going to finish the band sampler because you could use that for all the Stitchy prompt stitching hour challenges, I switched to other things to work on. So the other projects that I pulled out during that retreat was Abracadabra by Soda Stitch, and I will put where I was before. And during the retreat I stitched this little witch, and this is on 28 count Oasis by Colour and Cotton. I think it's an even weave, and it was a fabric of the month like a long time ago. But I added that entire little witch in, and she joins her little friends in the lineup. And I think next month I want to add the fourth little wizard that's sitting on the book, because Elena wants this as a cushion for her bed, and she keeps asking when's it going to be done. So I think this is my second oldest WIP too, so I really I'm trying to work through them. But yeah, I think I'm going to add the next little wizard to the lineup next month, and then the month after maybe do the final little witch on the end. And after that I worked on Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I pulled this one out after hearing that Barb from Blackbird Designs passed away, and I really wanted to work on something off theirs, and so I'll put where I was before. And I was actually working on this one again this morning, and I put in the words and worked on some of this border down here, and I think I'm going to leave this one on the Q-snap until it's done, so hopefully you will see this next month as a finish. And I'm using all the called for threads. Sorry, stuff's, my pile's falling down. I'm using all the called for threads, and I'm stitching this on 40 count Selkie from Under the Sea fabrics. Also during the retreat I pulled out Halloween at Hawkrun Hollow, and I'll put a cover photo in here. You don't need it before because you'll see in a minute. I just worked on block 12. I just have the outline of the block done, and so I started here. This was kind of tough going at 7 in the morning working on 40 count. This is 40 count Hocus Pocus by Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie, and I'm using the charted DMCs. So yeah, I worked on this bit here, and my plan is to finish this block in August. I don't know how possible that is. This is one of the full coverage blocks, but I would love to get this one done because I think my older projects I've been avoiding because they're so big. Some of the older ones that are really big, I'm like, no, I'll do that later, but they're not going to finish themselves. And here is the entire piece of where I am so far. I'm just kind of picking and choosing which blocks at a time I want to do, but yeah, this is 40 count Hocus Pocus Hand Dyed Fabric by Stephanie, and I need to make some more headway on this one. So that's going back on the Q-snap too. So like I said, I tried to participate in everything, and I played really hard. There was things like stash dives, which is like a treasure hunt through your stash, you were given a list of items, and it's like find charts with starfish, fish, mermaids, whatever, and you had to set time to post your photos. And then there was like a digital version in case you didn't have a big stash or you didn't want to make a mess of your room like mine's did. It looked like we were being robbed. So yeah, there was all those kind of games. There was like little pop-ups where it's like send a duck for Mr. Weasley, and so yeah, you can participate in as much as little as you like, but I played really hard and I actually won Ravenclaw MVP. And so I won a prize package which arrived the other day, and I can't wait to use these. These are Treenway silks. This blue is amazing, but I can't wait to try these out on something. 28 count coastal by Picture This Plus. It's an 1/8. Ravenclaw journal. Some highlighters. Some Ravenclaw scissors, and when they were reading out the winners from the other houses, I thought there's no way I'm going to win. So I actually went onto Amazon at the same time and ordered the last pair that they had there. So now I have 2 pairs of scissors, which you can never have enough of. And I was keeping everything in. When in doubt, go to the library, and it's a super nice tote bag, and I think it's going to be my car project bag for when I'm carrying things in and out constantly to the car, because I spend a lot of time stitching in the car these days because kids have been going to a lot of karate, and it's about to get even more now that competition season's about to start again in person too. They haven't had any competitions in person for over a year. That's all about to change again. And I also won a little digital sticker photo camera thing. I've had a look how it works. It looks kind of cool. Can't wait to try that out. Kids are more excited about that though. So that was the first retreat, and that was a lot. I'm going to clear this away and I will show you the box from the retreat that happened the week after. Okay, I'm back with my next box. The weekend after the Frogworks retreat was another virtual retreat from the Black Needle Society, which at the time when I ordered it, I didn't realize was a virtual retreat. I thought it was just a box, but I was glad for another one of those. So again, first up, your box of goodies arrives, and this one was called In the Night Garden, or the Night Garden. In the Night Garden? Night Garden. So I'll put that here. And everything was beautifully wrapped, but I unwrapped everything when I opened the box, and so you don't have to hear the crinkling. So first in the box was a scarf with the scissors on it. It's a nice ombre scarf. A little ort tub that folds down really flat. A little seed packet and little planter. You can see the little moth on there. A little snail. I don't know if you can see it. It's like got a tiny little snail on it. Necklace. And then we have, oh, I've lost tiny little things. There was a, is that the right way? Snail corner gauge. That's actually I think this is actually my first corner gauge. There was another beautiful project bag with the moth in it. And in here I actually have all the project stuff for this retreat. We got all the over-dyed threads needed to stitch the 2 retreat projects. The first one is Moon Snail, which is super cute. And if you see the ornament that's on here, we actually got, I'll show you in a minute, the entire finishing kit to make that. I didn't start snail just yet. The other project was the Savor Life moth, and I actually did start this one, so I'll show you that in a second. But again, we got the entire kit to make it into this little drawstring bag. And that is here, and the full instructions. And that is jam-packed with stuff. So like I said, I started the Savor Life moth chart, and we got the fabric, which was 36 count French lilac from Picture This Plus, which was pretty dark, but I really like it. But I decided to save that for the snail, and I pulled out 32 count black cherry from Seraphim, and I'm stitching this 2/2 with all the floss that we got in the pack, and I got about halfway. But that was fun to walk around. But I decided for that retreat, after switching projects so much during the Frogworks one, that I would just stick with the retreat project for this one. And it was a similar concept but less intense than Frogworks, in that there were stitching challenges, like stash bingo, stash dives, that kind of thing, but at a much less intense pace as Frogworks. And actually, if I had to choose between the two, if I could only do one again, for me, I like the intensity that Frogworks brought, so I will definitely try to sign up for that one again. But that's that project. And also there was a needle minder, which I'm sure I'll find when we get through. Oh, here it is. It's stuck to the ironing board that I'm leaning on. And there is the matching moth needle minder. So I'll pop that in there in the box. Okay, so again, like I said, that retreat also had games and prizes and challenges and things, and I won some things there. It's a nice package. Floss ring. Again, another set of Treenway silks in the beautiful colors. I can't wait to do, like, this is just calling for a Quaker sampler. Something that I can use all those colors at once on. So I'll be on the lookout for something for that. Primitive hair scissor fob. The flower. Some silken ribbons, which I've never used before, but I need to brush up some finishing skills, or gain some at all. And that's in Razzleberry. I love that color. Moth needle minder. Some other finishing things. What is this called? Is it tape? Hand-dyed twill tape from Lady Duck Crates. And I won the first 6 in the set of the Ink Circles rabbits. And these, like, they would be finished as little cushions, but some of these would make really cute little like little biscornus. Like, especially, I love this one. This is my favorite one. But yeah, that'd be really cute. So I won 6 of those. And some 28 count Wren. This seems to be one of those impossible colors to get right now from Picture This Plus. This one actually was in my 1-2-3 cart and I took it out. And it is Petal Pusher by Ink Circles. This one I love too. I don't know why I didn't get this one at the last expo. Butterfly Cloche by Hello from Liz Matthews. Love that. Frank to Friends by Shakespeare's Peddler. And Who's There by Satsuma Street. And that was the end of the retreats, virtual retreats. After the virtual retreats ended, I kind of like lay on the bed and was like, what do I do now? I didn't want to work on anything I'd pulled out so far. I actually had a couple of days where I didn't stitch as much at all. I think I was just stitched out after that. But then I pulled out, after pulling out a lot of projects from doing all the stash dives and things for the games, there was a project that kept calling to me that's been kitted up for forever. But I'm like, it's too big, I don't want to start that right now. But yeah, after seeing it so many times, rifling through my boxes for some of the games, I decided, why not? My eyeballs aren't getting any younger and I really wanted a new start. So I pulled out and started The Amazing Animal Bookshelf. It's a Heaven and Earth chart and it's by Amy Stewart, and I started it. This is technically a restart because I have done the first 2 pages before, but it was on a much higher count fabric and I realized it was going to be way too big. So this is on 28 count easy count and I'm doing it 2/1 10 stitch. And so that's page 1. So this kind of black blob you see at the bottom, this is going to be the gorilla. This is like his eyebrow, like over his forehead and his legs. So I'm hoping in August to get page 1 done. It's kind of a lot. I really enjoyed working on this. And it definitely helps having all its threads in its own little box. So that kind of takes me into plans for August. I would like to finish the page on this, Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs, the zebra sampler, and I've realized that now being in America 6 years that I switch between zebra and zebra interchangeably now. Add a little wizard to the Abracadabra lineup, and what else? Oh, pull out my hippo. I'll put a picture in here. It's full coverage. I was using that for the Full Coverage Fanatics 21 and 21 event, and I'm seriously behind. So I'm feeling the full coverage right now, so I can't wait to work on him next month too. And that is my plans. I have some other Stitchy shopping that came in, just new things to try. I made an order at Almond M&M Silks. I will link everything that I can below. And I got, this one's called, put it on board. This one's called Writer's Chair. And I think these were 8-yard skeins. That was Writer's Chair. This was my favorite, and it is called Estrella. And the other two I haven't actually unraveled yet, but they're Berry Blue and Raven. See, a dark blue and a black. And they're so tiny, like, you see? And they're all rolled up. I also ordered from Dying for Cross Stitch. They're an Etsy shop. I ordered 2 little almost mini hanks from them to try. And this one is called Everything Pumpkin. Yeah, I love that. And this one is Mariana. And again, I will link them below because I will definitely be ordering more of these. She had some fantastic colors like listed. Next is, this is what I was going to start instead of the big animal bookshelf. My order from 1 to 3 Stitch was delayed for 3 months, and I was excited. It was like, it's in your mailbox. And I went over and only half the order was there. Half was from Utah and the other half was coming from Texas, where they've moved to now. But I couldn't start it at the time. So I blame it. Could it be 1 to 3's fault that I started a massive Heaven and Earth chart this month? This was Auld Lang Syne by Hello from Liz Matthews. I ordered some 46 count to try because I don't think I've tried 46 count ever. Is it Antique White? And this silken color is called Blue Seas. It's beautiful. I kind of thought it was like blue and white, like the Scotland flag. That was my thinking behind it. But maybe if I reach all my goals for August, I will reward myself with the Auld Lang Syne start. The other chart that I got was Quaker Do Japan by Jardin Privé, and just some 40 count white linen to stitch that on. And after I heard that Barb from Blackbird Designs passed away, I went onto Kitten Stitcher's website and ordered some blackbirds that I would love to have in my collection. And there's Octopus Garden, The Last Ripe Berries, Hear the Crickets Sing, and She Sights a Bird. And you'll kind of see a theme with everything that I'm kind of on an animal sampler kick. These were just some random ones I got from, I think it was like Etsy or eBay, but I've never seen this one before. It's called the Homecoming Sampler by the Sampler House. Again, all the animals. The Eliza Bromley Sampler. And it says, the bluebell is the sweetest flower that waves in summer air. Its blossoms have the mightiest power to soothe my spirit's care. I love that one. My Nana's garden used to have loads of bluebells that grew wild in it. So that's why I picked that one up. The other one is the Guest Room Sampler by the Traditional Sampler Company, Moira Blackburn. You see? It's a little bit shiny. It's all sealed in there. And I got this one because of the rabbits. Our wild rabbits that are in our garden are still here, still refuse to leave, and now they're gorging themselves on plums that are falling off the tree. You go out and their little faces are covered in plum juice to look like little carnivorous rabbits. But I don't think they're ever gonna leave, and the dogs just doesn't care. The dog's like, they're my friends now. So I also picked up 2x2 by the Prairie Schooler. I thought the little animal pillows would make great little Christmas ornaments, and I had to get the second one to go with it. 2x2, 2. So I'll be stitching some of those up. Oh, almost at the end. I got my fabric of the month from Under the Sea Fabrics, and this month I picked 28 count linen in the color Sol. Or that's what color this, it was called Sol, but I picked 28 count linen when I saw the test dyes. I love that. And again, it's not a color I would pick to buy. I tend to go towards like the blues and the grays and the browns. But you know, it will be perfect for something. That's what's great about Fabric of the Month. Like, you kind of get colors that you wouldn't normally pick, but they just end up being like perfect fits for certain projects. Last two things, Heaven and Earth I think had 2 separate sales in the last month, and I pick one up when it's 50% sale. I just pick something off my wish list and add it to my collection. I'll insert pictures here. I picked Grizz by Dave Bartolet. This one's been on my wish list for forever, and I think I'm going to fill the bottom in like a story keep, because it ends where the splashes of like paint almost are. I've seen people fill it in as a story keep and it looks really good. So that's definitely top of my list when I next start a full coverage. And the other one I got was Goldilocks by Scott Gustafson. He does a lot of the fairy tales, and I have a couple of them already and just love them. I love like the old fairy tales, and you can see here, oh, I've started collecting the old Ladybird books. So I got Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, the Gingerbread Boy, and I just got this one, Smoking Fluff. I remember having some of these when I was like really little, and they're kind of hard to get, but I started collecting those, and that's what the Scott Gustafson charts remind me of. That's all I have. I hope to get a lot of stitching in August, and hopefully come back and show you at the end of the month. Kids go back to school for the first time since March 2020. Well, they go back in person for the first time since March 2020. And the competition schedule and team schedule is about to come out for karate for them. So I'm going to spend a lot of time in the car, even more than now, which is hard to believe, but we've done it before. So I don't know what stitching is going to be like, but hopefully I will meet all my goals and have a lot to show you at the end of August. So I hope you have a good month, and massive good luck to any kids going back to school or any teachers and parents. Good luck, and I will see you at the end of August. Bye.